What up? It's TJ and Carnival Spirits coming at you live for Tuesday's Daily Spirits. Topic of the week is if I could have a conversation with any artist about any songs, who would it be and what songs would it be about? I can't lie to you guys. If I could choose to talk to any artist out there about their songs, I would probably talk to Michael Stipe, lead singer and songwriter of REM, about these songs from their debut album, Murmur. Moral Kiosk in 9-9, from their second album, Life's Rich Pageant, These Days, and Cuyahoga, from the Document album, Welcome to the Occupation and Disturbance at the Heron House, from the Green album, World Leader Pretend and The Wrong Child, from the Out of Time album, Radio Song featuring KRS-One, mainly just to find out what it was like to work with a rapper in the early 90s like that, and Country Feedback. From Automatic for the People, The Sidewinder Sleeps Tonight, and Ignoreland. From the Monster album, 95, I Don't Sleep, I Dream, and I Took Your Name. From New Adventures in Hi-Fi, I probably would want to talk about this whole fucking album, but mainly my favorite song by REM out of all, which is Binky the Doormat. From the Up album, which is the first album after the drummer left the band, left them as a threesome. This is the album Up, and I'd like to talk about Diminished and Falls to Climb. From the Reveal album, I'd like to talk about Beat a Drum and Chorus in the Ring. From the Around the Sun album, I'd like to talk about a number of songs, but mostly The Outsiders, which features Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest. From the Accelerate album, Living Well is the Best Revenge and Sing for the Submarine. And from their last album, Collapse Into Now, I'd like to talk about It Happened Today and Me, Marlon Brando, and I. Now, most of these songs, I want to talk about them because I want to know what they're about. I'm curious what they were inspired from, or you know what I mean? Michael Stipe is a interesting lyrics songwriter, and not your typical songwriter. And these songs I love, and I'm curious about them. I know them word for word, and I still it's open to interpretation. And a lot of songs and that's why this video is probably a disappointment for most of you juggalos out there, hoping that I was going to say ICP and I want to talk about, I don't know, like songs from Joker's Cards and whatnot. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love talking about ICP and I love talking about their music, but I don't know if talking to ICP about their music is necessarily what I would enjoy, because I really get ICP's music. And, you know, every time you hear an artist talking about their music, it's not the same as listening to the music itself. And ICP's not done making music. Not to say that Michael Stipe isn't going to make music anymore, but he's not making it with REM anymore. So there's something about just these songs from this group that I'm so curious about. And you know, there really is there's no books out there. There's no, you know, Michael Stipe is famously hard to interpret. For many years, he kind of had the public wondering if he was straight or bi or gay, and then he kind of came out of the closet in the 90s. And I actually met a dude in the 2000s when I was doing sales, and I believe he was from the South. Go figure. He was from Georgia. He was from where REM's from, and you know, he told me some things about Michael Stipe because he had met him. You know, they're from the same state, and this gentleman was much older. And so I'm telling him that I'm a big fan of REM, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I met Michael Stipe," and he told me some things that kind of, you know, shocked me. Like, really? I didn't know that. And it's funny because when you know things about an artist, in their personal life, you know, that has nothing to do with their music, it can potentially change the way you see that person. And yeah, I'm just saying that that's what we deal with a lot as juggalos. We're always hearing people talk about, you know, Joe Bruce and talking about Violent J and Shaggy, and they're not even talking about the music. It's like the difference between talking about Ozzy Osbourne's music and talking about his reality TV show. It's two completely different conversations. But if both of them are equally as important to you, yeah, that's why I love this topic, because I don't think I'd even want to have a conversation with Michael Stipe about his personal life. I really would love to hear him speak on these fucking songs. You know, I wish he would talk about them in interviews or something. But yeah, if I could actually talk to him about these songs, that would be the shit. Thinking about ICP, really can't think of anything that I need explained to me from ICP. Nothing like Michael Stipe's, you know, cryptic poetry. Violent J is a poet, but he's a little bit more, you know, plain English poet, you know, and whatever type of innuendos or, you know, clever lyric, you know, just whatever he does in his lyrics, I completely get every point he makes, and it's not the case with REM songs where I'm listening to these lyrics and sometimes it just goes right over my fucking head. You know, and now that I think about it, there are other artists. There are many artists that I would love to pick their brains about their music. I wouldn't mind picking Ozzy's brain about some of his songs, especially some of those early Sabbath songs. I'm just afraid that he won't even remember what he was originally thinking back then. Same with artists like Dude from Red Hot Chili Peppers, you know. They were probably doing so much heroin back then that's the answer. That's what inspired songs, you know. Who fucking knows? I guess it would be cool to talk to Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. That dude has a lot of political points in his lyrics, and there's a lot of songs from Megadeth that lyrically are fucking fresh, but I feel like I get it, you know. It's REM's one of the few bands that I fucking love, but I don't quite get everything, and that's what kind of is cool about it, because you know, another artist out there that hits me like that is Mike Patton from Faith No More and Mr. Bungle and a whole bunch of other side projects. You know, to talk to him would be like to talk to like Frank Zappa, you know, and just get inside the mind of someone who is just out there. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, Violent J's out there, but you know, that's my Daily Spirits answer for the week. It's almost 10 minutes. Sorry if I'm rambling. Sorry if this is like the most boring fucking video that I've ever made for Juggalos, but I'm just keeping it 100. I'm BstMstR. See ya. Wouldn't want to be it.